Hey guys, welcome back to King of Puro, episode 8, the Fighting Spirit Tour Day 3. We're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to try to go through and actually book the matches. So here you see we're in Kobe. We're going to look at the backstage incident. There was a backstage incident as Furusawa is passing on psychology. That's great. Good to see. We need to do some meddling here between, probably I think I'm going to choose Blastakoma and Sojuro Sen. So let's get Sojuro Sen and Blastakoma. And no effect at this time. So, it happens. We'll get the Kobe Arena selected here. And we will start getting into booking the match. So let's add a match here. And I usually, like to book my main event first, to get that out of the way. So we will grab, let's see here. We'll grab Funakoshi and put Furusawa on the other side. We'll get Blastakoma to tag with Furusawa. Well, let's see here. Do I really want to do that? Let's filter these down to just major stars, stars, and well-known. Dynamite Narahashi. Let's see here. Put him with Funakoshi. And Okamoto with Furusawa. Build on that feud as well. Yeah. Go ahead and auto-name that. Go into the road agent notes here. Gonna have Okamoto win. He's gonna pin Narahashi. I'm going to keep Funakoshi and Narahashi strong. We're going to have it called in the ring. It's a slow build and make sure it's a decisive win. Our crowd hates finishes that are not, finishing decisively. Give it 20 minutes. That'll be our main event. Okay. Let's go ahead here and do I want to add a match or an angle? Let's go with an angle. And we'll have our owner here rated on Entertainment Meta. Yoshifusa Meta here rated on Entertainment. And we're going to have Meta announces tonight's main event. I'll go ahead and make that 6 minutes. And go ahead and add a match. Make it a 2v2. And I have to think about stuff to do with the other pillars that we got left, like Tori. Go ahead and filter this down to just the top of our card. And no, let's add back in the recognizable. That way we can see some options here. Definitely want to put Sotomura in because he's right now in the storyline feuding with Tori. We have Goto, we have Okimasa. We'll let Okimasa team with Tori right now. We have Yoshinaka Taku, Natasha's side that is also, let's put him with Tori instead. And then Okimasa can go with Sotomura. Go ahead and auto name that. Make sure it has 20 minutes. And we'll let Tori pick up the victory over Sotomura. We'll make this our technical masterclass. We'll keep Sotomura strong because he is selfish and thinks that even though he's perceived by the fans to be just recognizable, he has to, always get wins over the, the higher ups, the main eventers. So Okay. We'll go ahead and move that there. We'll put the angle on first, followed up by the master class, the technical master class there, so that way we can maybe get a bonus from the hot crowd. Let's take a look at our teams here. We got the wild ones. Put wild ones over. And do we want to face Team Taku? Or Yokokawa and Sin? Or the American Cobras? Well, let's put the American Cobras in instead of the wild ones. Maybe we'll build ourselves up a steal the show match here. Cobras are really good at doing that, match for us. Do we want him to have a Yokokawa Sen? Yeah, let's put Yokokawa and Sen in there. We'll go ahead and auto name it. We'll only give it the 15 minutes, 13, 15 in total. We'll let Spillane pick up the win here. He'll go ahead and go pin Yokokawa. We will make it to steal the show. We'll keep Sen strong and Yokokawa strong. What else do we want to do? I don't think they can call it in the ring. We don't need a slow build. We do want a decisive win. Yeah, that looks good. We'll go ahead and book that. We'll go ahead and move it up. Right now in between the main event and our technical masterclass. Okay, and now we'll add another match. We'll make it another tag match. And we'll get rid of the unimportant people and see who we have left. Tag team wise, we have Team Taku, the Wild Ones here. We'll get the Wild Ones in a match against, let's see here. Still have Giant Brody. We'll put Brody in here. We are trying to build up the big matches between Finley and Brody. Who should we have Brody team with? We have Suki. Yeah, let's do Suki. Go ahead and auto name that match. Go into the road agent notes. We're going to have Suki pick up the win over Animal Harker. And we're going to want to keep Finley strong because we're trying to build him up. We don't want him to lose so much, and we'll have a decisive finish. Take that down to 17, 16. 16 looks good, yeah. And we'll move that up into the card here behind our technical masterclass. Card shaping up, I think, pretty good so far. We're actually good to go, but let's add another match here. Filter out the unimportant people according to the crowd right now. Let's see who we got here. Tag team wise, we got our tag team champions. Let's go ahead and put them in. Who do we want them to face? Could do Blast Tacoma. Who would Blast? Yeah, we could do Blast and Yoshinaka. Yeah, that doesn't seem horrible. Go ahead and make that 15-minute match. And we'll give the win to Yoshinaka Taku. And we'll let Yoshizawa take the pin. We'll keep the tag team champions strong here. Make it a decisive win. I don't think we can call it in the ring, and we don't need a slow build at 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and book that. Yeah, I know the tag team championships aren't on the line. That's okay. And we'll move that up into the card here. We'll put it right after the Wild Ones and Giant Brody and Suki. We'll go ahead and add another match here. Let's do a 3D3. We don't have anybody left on the stars. Well known, we got Matsushita. Let's look at our recognizable guys here. Let's get Godo. Who can we team with Godo? We could put Kamasaka and Kiyotaka as more of our vets side of things. And Kinoshita, Mitsukuri, and Rosie. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me right now. So Emoto, if we would use Hiroshi, we want to put him with the veteran team. This is more of the young lion side. Kinoshita, Mitsukuri, and Emoto. Yeah, we can do that. Put it on the pre-show. We'll drop it down here to 14 minutes. Let's go into the notes here, and we'll give Kinoshita the win. Because we are trying to push these guys out of the young status. We'll give Goto the loss. Keep some of these guys strong, especially Goto. We are trying to work him up. Give it a decisive win. This also gives us the chance later on to do maybe a Goto Kinoshita match with for the Challenger Series. So another 3v3 match. This time we're going to try to push James Diaz. We're trying to get James Diaz pushed out of the thing, but let's put Hiroshi in here right now. And with Hiroshi, let's put James Diaz back in, I think. He really has really good skills. We're trying to get him out of this young lion and into at least they're recognizable, so we can start pushing him a little bit harder. Sono, yeah, Yuta Sono. He's really got some good skills. And then for the young lion side, we'll put Dreadnought, Takanori Doi. Do we want Ogata? Yeah, Yutaka Ogata, or do we want Kubo? Let's put Kubo in. Go ahead and auto name this. Drop it down to 11 minutes is fine. Pre-show. Let's head over to the notes, and we'll let Hiroshi pick up the victory here. And I want to pick the loser because they usually pick Dreadnought because he's first. I don't want Dreadnought to always take the pin. So we'll put Doi as the one who takes the pin. We are going to script it and have a decisive victory. Looks good. Let's go ahead and book that. And we are looking good so far. Just trying to think if I want to add anything else. Maybe an angle. Put Reizan Okamoto in there. We'll script it on entertainment. And we'll bump it up to 6 minutes. And we'll go ahead and book that. And we'll move that. Do we want it right between? Yeah, that one looks good. Okay. Okay, so live from Kobe, 576 people come to see Black Canvas Grappling Fighting Spirit Tour Day 3. And we'll open up here with our pre-show match. It gets us a 37 as Hiroshi, Diaz, and Asono take on Dreadnought, Doi, and Kubo. Some of the standouts here, Diaz got a 39, Hiroshi got a 43. Some good performances here from Doi and Dreadnought and Kubo. All in all, really good match for us to have our young lions learn. We're pushing some Diaz, getting Hiroshi a win, Asono a win. Asono's benefiting from having a new move all the time. So it's really good. Good to see. Move on to the next match here. In our next match, we get a 42 out of Goto, Kamasaka, and Kiyotaka versus Kinoshita, Mitsukuri, and Emoto. Kiyotaka had a 51, Kamasaka had a 50, Goto turned in a 48, all really good. Moto with a 32, Mitsukuri with a 40, Kinoshita with a 37. We're trying to get Moto, Mitsukuri, and Kinoshita out of the unimportant into recognizable, trying to build them some momentum, get them some wins, so we can start pushing them into the card and higher up the card and start developing our tiers and our how we're going to move these people through the company. And we'll move into the main card here as Maida comes out and announces tonight's main event. This gets to say 67, which is a pretty good score, and I'm happy with that. So we'll move on now into the technical masterclass. Okay, in our technical masterclass, it gets us a 53 as Bunaku Tori and Tashusai take on Sonomura and Okimasa. We did make sure Tori submitted Sotomura. And Tashi got a 58, Tori got a 61, Okimasa 49, and Sotomura had a 50. Not a bad segment. These technical master classes are really hard to get right and find out how to get, in my opinion. I'm just, I guess, not as experienced where I can get these scores. So, still working on this one. Go ahead and move into the next match here as the Wild Ones take on Giant Brody and Suki. This gets us a 57. As Suki submitted Animal Harker with the Suki Special 3. Finley got us a 64. Harker got us a 49. Suki 65. Giant Brody had a 52. So we didn't get any kind of penalties from anything, it looks like. Lifted, got us our show a little bit hotter. 57 is pretty good from this match. I'm happy with it. As we'll move on to the next segment. In our next segment, we'll have Raisin and Okamoto come out and talk to the crowd. Just talk to them about tonight's main event, how he can't wait to get his hands on Narahashi. Gets us a 72. Really good angle there. As we move into our next segment, which gets us a 53, is the tag team champions Miura and Yoshizawa take on Akoma and Yoshinakataku. Miura had a 58, Yoshizawa had a 59, Taku had a 47, and Akoma had a 45. And it does look like Akoma and Taku have no chemistry together, so that kind of hurt the segment. Did get us only a 53. A little bit disappointed with that. I was expecting a little bit of a higher score, maybe into the 60s, low 60s or high 50s, but we'll take it. As we move into the next segment, which gets to say 50, is the American Cobras take on Yokokawa and Sen. And Spillane submits Yokokawa with a kneeling Boston Crab. Spillane got a 55, Malloy got a 54, Sen 46, and Yokokawa a 43. The Cobras did get a tag team specialist bonus, and announcing quality lifted the match. It wasn't bad. It was just getting the Cobras onto the show and out in front of the crowd, building momentum, trying to get them moved up the card. As we move into the main event, 60 rating there for the main event. Funakoshi and Narahashi taking on Furusawa and Okamoto. Funakoshi had a 73, Narahashi had a 49, Okamoto 58, and Furusawa 59, as those two have no actual chemistry as partners. So that's not good, but we'll have to work on it. And we'll go ahead and finish the show here. It gets to 58, kind of disappointing a little bit, but the main event kind of let us down. I was expecting a bigger main event from the guys we had. And a couple of our matches, went the Cobras I thought would be a little bit better. The Tori match would be a little bit better. But all in all, not a bad match. We'll go ahead and finish this show and move into the next day. Okay, now we'll go into day 4 of the Fighting Spirit Tour. We'll go ahead and advance our day here to tonight's show. It's going to be in Kobe. So they've already auto-booked, but we'll take a look at that and see if that's the one, we'll make sure it's the one we want here. We'll go into the locker room controls here and we'll medal. We got to repair some of these relationships here. So let's go with Bunraku Tori. And let's take a look at Yokokawa. And it didn't have any effect at this time. So we'll go ahead and select our venue here. We'll do Kobe. And we'll go in and start booking our card. Okay, we'll go ahead and book the main event first here. So we'll go ahead and add this match. The main event this time, we'll make it a tag match. And we will have it be Funakoshi on one side. It will put Furusawa on the other. No, let's actually make them team together. I know it's kind of a staple. Having, the two opponents be on a tag team together. And we'll put on the other side, and we could do Finley. We could do Blastakoma, Tashisai. Could do any of these guys, really. Could do Narahashi here, and maybe do Okamoto then, to get the both of these sides of these rivals working together. Yeah, we'll try this. Make it 20 minutes long here. Auto name it. We'll go in here, and who do we want to have the victory? Do we want to give it to Raison? Do we want to give it to Funakoshi or Furusawa? We can give it to Furusawa here. No, let's give it to Narahashi. Yeah, I need to take one of those off. Oh, I meant to be the loser. That's why I had to fix that. Narahashi's going to pick up the loss. We're going to keep Okamoto strong. I don't know if we can call it in the ring. We can try it here. We'll call it in the ring. Slow build, decisive win. Do I want it to be a slow build? Well, we'll take that off. Go ahead and book this segment then. Yep. Main event is now sorted. Go ahead and get the next match here. Do a TV2 again. Tag team match. Make sure we exclude already booked workers. And let's use some Bunoku Tori. And we'll have him team with Okimasa. We'll have him take on Sotomura. Trying to further that storyline of Tori versus Sotomura. Who should we have Sotomura's partner be? We want to have somebody with some decent technical. Taku has some good technical. Sin is not bad. Hiroshi's okay. Yokokawa's the worst out of all of them so far. Kamisaka. Let's use Kamisaka. Or do we want to use Kiyotaka? Let's use Kiyotaka and Kamisaka instead of Sotomura. And stick with the theme of let's pairing all of our rivals up today. We'll have Soto and Sotomura and Tori on one side, and Kiyotaka and Kamisaka on the other. We'll give Tori the win, and we'll have him pin Kamisaka, and we'll make it our technical masterclass, and we'll keep strong Kamisaka and Kiyotaka. Oh, let's take that off. Kamisaka can actually take the hit. I don't think we can call it in the ring, but we'll try. We'll give it a decisive one. I think these guys have pretty high enough psychology, so we'll go ahead and book that. And we got a warning here, so we gotta go in here and we'll take off the call in the ring. I thought they had a big enough, high enough psychology. Apparently, I'm wrong. That's okay. We'll book that. Now we have our technical masterclass and our main event. We do need to steal the show sometime, but we'll work on that. Now we'll get another tag match here going. We'll have filter out the unimportant right now. And we'll do Big Bruiser Finley. And on the other side here, we could do the Giant Brody feud here. Could look at tag teams. And we could see Team Taku. Could take Team Taku against these two guys if we want. We could do, let's change out Finley and Harker and make it Team Taku versus the tag team champions. And we will give this 12 minutes. And we'll have it steal the show. And we'll have it a draw. We'll have a decisive, well, we can't do a decisive victory in a draw, so that's okay. So used to picking that decisive win. Yes, we know the tag team titles are not on the line. We'll move this up and sit between those two right now. We'll continue on here. We'll create an angle. And we'll have, do we want to have Raison? Do we want to have, can I have Maida come out and explain to the fans what's going on? So Maida announces Funakoshi and Furusawa will team tonight. Make that, instead of 3 minutes, we'll up it to 6. We'll go ahead and book that. And I think we'll make sure, yep, that's for in front. Okay, here, now we have, we could do a 1v1 here. We could put the Challenger Series with Goto, and we could have him take on Kinoshita. Give that 15 minutes, make sure the Challenger Series is on the line. Go into notes here, we're going to have Goto retain. I know that I like Kinoshita. I think he's going to be a talent, but I think we need to let Goto retain right now. I don't know if Kinoshita is the right one to take the belt off of him. We'll make it an open match here and a decisive win. I think that looks good. We'll go ahead and book that. Let's up it. And neither one of them can do the length. So we'll take it back down here. Will 15 get it? Nope. Goto can't do a 15-minute one. 14 minutes. Goto. I was worried about this one having the fans maybe not liking because it's unimportant, but okay, let's put it up to 15 here, and we'll go in here and we'll change this to storytelling to try to lessen the stamina hit. That works. So put that up here in the middle of the card. Goto versus Kinoshita for the BCG Challenger Series. That's good. Let's go ahead and let's see here. Do we want to add a match or do we want to add an angle? Okay, let's go ahead and add a match. To make it a 2v2, we'll have tag teams. Let's look at them. We got the Wild Ones here. And we can have them take on, do we want them to take on Ipitsusai and Okimasa? Take a second here. We'll think about who we want them to face here. We could take the Cobras. We could take Yokokawa and Sen. We could just build a team here out of Brody. Furthering that storyline between Brody and Finley. Have him team with, so we want to have him team with Okimasa, Takanori Doi. Could do Matsuzara. He has some pretty decent skills for, seem to be having some trouble here getting Matsuzara. Maybe he didn't want to be in the match. Matsuzara and Brody versus Finley and Harker. Yeah, I think that's some good matches there. We got Matsuzara and Harker who can, do some work here. We discovered earlier Brody and Matsuzara have bad chemistry. No, we don't want to continue with the booking now because we have to figure out a new partner for Brody. Who do we want to have tag with him? We could have Tasha Sai. We could have Hirozi. Could put Hirozi and Giant Brody and see if they have any team chemistry. Go ahead and let Big Bruiser Finley pick up the win. We'll have him pin Hirozi. And do we want to make it a wild brawl? Yeah, let's make it a wild brawl. And we'll keep Giant Brody strong here. And do we want to keep Hirozi strong? Let's keep Hirozi strong. And we will have it be a decisive win, obviously. Their fans love those decisive wins, so let's drop this down to 13 minutes. Yeah, 13 minutes works. We'll move this up in the card. Place it. Do we want to place it before or after? We'll do it after the BCG Challenger Series, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, do we want to add a match or an angle? Well, let's go with a match. We'll make it a 3v3. And we'll get Yokohama Sin or Ibitsusai. Or do we want to go with Tashusai and throw the American Cobras with him? Yeah, let's put the American Cobras with Tashusai. And we'll let them take on, let's see here, we'll let them take on Genji Kasaka, Iki Hosaka, and do we want to take on Osono or Ogata? Ogata's fine. Go ahead and save that. Auto name it in the pre-show. Drop down the minutes here to 11 sounds good. And we'll go in here. Let's see here. We want to make a script. A decisive win. And let's make sure that who do we want to get the win here? Tashusai? Yeah, let's let Tashusai get the win here. Go ahead and book that on the pre-show. Okay, do we want to do another match? Now let's do another match. Let's do a 3v3 here on the pre-show. Gonna set up Blastacoma. We'll do Suki. And on the other side, we'll add Dreadnought. And James Diaz. And put Kubo instead of Dreadnought. Let's put Dreadnought instead of Diaz. And let's put Takanori Doi in. Could add Diaz instead of Akoma. Get rid of Suki and put Emoto on there. And Yoda Asuna as the third partner here. Suki and Akoma would have been nice to have in the match just to teach some skills, but I think we want to push Diaz and Moto, even Asono, and putting them over the young lions I think would help. So I think that's what we'll do here. So we'll go ahead and auto name it, put it on the pre-show, drop the minutes down to, let's do 11. And we'll go in here, we'll script it, and we'll make sure, let's see, here do we want to have the win? James Diaz? Yeah, let's let Diaz get the victory. And we'll make it a decisive win. And we'll go ahead and finish that up. And yeah, I like to look at that. Let's book that. Okay, the card's shaping up really good, I think. But let's take a look at the booking analysis. Make sure there's anybody we haven't used in a while there. No, we're good there, I think. And I think we can go ahead and start the show. So live from Kobe, 567 people come to see Fighting Spirit Tour Day 4. We open with a pre-show match that gets us to 34 as Diaz, Emoto, and Asono take on Kubo, Dreadnought, and Doi. James Diaz did get the win with an Asian thumb spike. Asono turned in a 32, Emoto 31, Diaz a 38, and Doi, Dreadnought, and Kubo all had, pretty decent ratings for young lions. The more things we wanted to do with the match is make sure Emoto and Diaz gets wins, and any skills that gets passed along, if any, will be just, icing on the cake. Go ahead and move here into our second pre-show match as Tashusai the Cobras versus Kasaka, Saka, and Ogata gets us to 46 as Tashusai pinned Kasaka with a dangerous brain buster. The Cobras here we got Splain with a 53, Malloy with a 48, Tashusai got a 56, and the standouts was Kasaka with a 32. A couple of the people were off their game, but all in all, 46 for a pre-show is not bad. And once again, we have Maeda opening the show, and he's talking about how Funakoshi and Furusawa will team tonight. That segment got us to 72, got the show off to a strong start, gets the crowd a little bit hot for the next match, which is our technical masterclass. And in the technical masterclass, which gets a 58 segment rating, Tori and Sotomura take on Kamasaka and Kiyotaka. And Tori pins Kamasaka with a spinning forearm smash. Sotomura had a 52, Tori turned in a 59 performance, Kamasaka 49, and Kiyotaka had a 50. All in all, not bad. I think it's a little bit better of a technical masterclass than what I usually have. So those are just, like I said, very difficult to get right sometimes for me. So we'll keep working at it and see what we can do to improve those scores. As we move into the BCG Challenger Series title shot here with Kinoshita taking on Goto, it gets a 46. Goto got a 43. Kinoshita had a 38. Goto defends his the title for the fourth time. All in all, it was not the greatest of matches. It may have needed to be put on the pre-show, but the BCG Challenger Series title is a title that brings fans into the tours. Just need to start, I think, pre-booking those matches and even putting them on the pre-show to lessen the impact it has on our score. And we'll go ahead and move into the next segment, which gets us a 54 as the Wild Ones take on Giant Brody and Shimpai Hirozi. And Finley pins Hirozi with a trash compaction. It says Big Bruiser Finley did carry the match. He did get a 63. Harker got a 51. Rosie had a 50 and Brody had a 52. And we did find a new team potentially between Hirozi and Brody who has showed good chemistry. So really happy with that. Happy with the performances and the match overall. And we'll move on here into the next match here. It gets to 61 as the tag team champions Miura and Yoshizawa take on Team Taku. And the referee lost control and stopped the match in 12 minutes and 4 seconds. Miura had a 59, Yoshizawa had a 59, Yoshinaka Taku had a 64, and Toshinobu Taku had a 35. We are tag team specialist in chemistry teaming, either by both teams. 61, a great score, especially when you consider the Toshinobu Taku, the elder Toshinobu Taku, who's in time decline, who got a 35 in this match. Really good. I'm really happy with the 61 from these guys. So, good match, and we'll move on to the next one. And in our next segment, which gets us to 63, we have Funakoshi and Furusawa taking on Narahashi and Okamoto in the main event. And Furusawa submitted Narahashi with the Furusawa armbar. Like I said, I got a 63. Furusawa turned in a 73. Funakoshi 72. Okamoto 70. Narahashi did turn in a 49, though, so that kind of hurt us there on that. But 63 is not bad for the main event. Go ahead and finish the show. Who got us an overrating of 60? Raised our popularity in 7 regions. Decent show. Okay, and since it's the first week of March here, let's look at the finances. And last month we made $90,127, which is really pretty good. We're ending up with 509,696 for the total balance that we have. So pretty good. Well, guys, that'll do it for episode 8 of King of Puro. Next episode, we'll get into Tour Day 5 and 6 of the Fighting Spirit Tour. I hope you guys liked the change I made where I added in the footage of actually booking the episodes, bringing in the road agent notes, and my thoughts of how I'm booking the show. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm Last Son. This is Last Son Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.